So it's been about 20, 30-something chapters since the man with no name was introduced, and it is just really, really surprising how far the writer is willing to drag out the name reveal for the man. Because in this chapter, you have everybody referring to the man with no name, that guy, Lucas's friend, all these type of word names or wordplay, and I'm just like, really? Like, come on. It's obvious that he's not William Minerva, because, you know, we've already seen William Minerva's face. Now, there's honestly, at this point in time of the story, there is not really any name that should shock us. There's only one name, and that would be if he was related to Peter and also related to Jack. If he was related to them and had a similar last name, then it would be surprising. That's what would shock all of us, if the man with no name had the last name of, like, them. But I highly doubt that. So, withholding his name, I feel like at this point in time, it's a little bit just redundant. It shouldn't be this long. Shouldn't have taken this long for this man's name to be revealed. Lucas should have at the very least said something, or they talking about Lucas's friend should have said something. It's just like, really, at this point in time, it's taken this long. Like, we still are not finding out anything. They're still referring to him as that guy, friend, whatever. Just, come on now. Come on now. Seriously, there's just no point. Anyways, getting off of that subject at hand, yo, that cliffhanger, Lewis. Okay, so the man has initiated a new hunt at the end of this chapter, and instead of letting everybody, you know, recuperate for about 3 days, they decided to just wait less than a day to come back again and start the hunt. Now, as we know, usually they only target 4 people, but this time it could be a lot different because it seems like the rules have changed. Number one, Lewis is wanting to put rage and hatred inside of Emma, make her want to come after them. So, automatically, Lewis's objective isn't in fact to hunt the other kids. He's just wanting to make Emma angry, more ripe for the picking. That's what he is trying to do. And since Lewis apparently seems to have quite a bit of pull to be able to start this hunt early, it does mean that he is someone you cannot really predict well at all, which was stated in this chapter. He is very unpredictable. But I do want to talk about something, okay? I do find it very strange that Lewis decided to come after the children right before they were ready. And I feel like the way this is going, or what's being implied here, is there is a traitor. I've already discussed this in my last, chapter review of The Promised Neverland. I said that it's looking like Lucas could potentially be a traitor the way he has been shown, but he might not be a traitor anymore, because he might have at one point in time been sacrificing people to spare his own life, and that could have been it. Because for Peter to go out of his way to tell the Lord of this place about whatever William Minerva was doing, he most likely is very aware of the elevator down below. He just probably couldn't access it because he didn't have a pin, but he probably was very aware of it. So he knew most likely where, this man Lucas was at the entire time. The question is why didn't he come down there? So the big thing about this is like, how did Lucas survive for so long when it's very apparent that the demons should have known about that area? And so Lucas is definitely someone very shady. He could potentially be a traitor. And with the demons now attacking less than a day after everything, it's just like, it looks like it's looking more and more like a potential traitor. However, this would be a little bit, too lazy, in my opinion, if that was the case. Let me explain why. With the whole ordeal with, what happened with Peter and Jack and stuff, to what we've had with Ray in the past, I feel like having the entire move of Lucas being a traitor, it would feel like trying to reuse the same plot device over and over again, and I think it would get very boring really quickly, since we have heard, if you actually heard about the recent interview, that the writer of The Promised Neverland, apparently, he was actually writing this series 3 years prior to it finally getting published in Weekly Shonen Jump. It just took him like 3 years or so to find an artist to draw this series. So that means he spent 3 years refining the story of The Promised Neverland. So I highly doubt he's going to use the exact same plot device or, little twist of a potential traitor. I just doubt that. So the more and more it looks like Lucas could be a traitor, I just don't believe it because it would just be too easy. And so another guess I have right now for what could be going on here for Lewis to be attacking like he is out of nowhere, I believe it has something to do with the monkey on his shoulder. We have seen this monkey on his shoulder, and I haven't really talked about it much because there's not really a whole lot we really know about it. We haven't, from what my understanding is, we haven't really seen it talk or anything. It's just a weird-looking monkey, and we do know that these demons, they come in all forms of shapes and sizes. We have seen that. And usually if the demons look very funky or messed up looking, it's because they've regenerated a lot and they just look very heinous. And so that's kind of how we know which demons are more intelligent than the others, and the ones who have seen more combat than the others, or ones that have remained undamaged in combat. For instance, these humanoid-looking demons. And so Lewis, we understand he's an intelligent individual, but the monkey was very strange because we didn't really know if he was just a separate creature or if he was a demon. But I'm starting to believe that maybe that monkey could potentially be someone that could, look at the children and what they're doing to see if any of them are plotting anything. I believe that monkey is probably very intelligent, could potentially be a demon, and could have been spying on the children the entire time, spying on Emma and them, and figuring out what they're doing, and then relaying the information back to Lewis, for he knows what's happening, and that is why he decided to attack right then and now. Now, if it is not that possibility, I could definitely see it having something to do with the elevator. For instance, the, transportation device to take them back to the human world. As I've already said in this video, the Lord of this place, he was told by Peter probably about everything, because Peter confronted him about it. So most likely, there is probably some form of system in place to where the Lord will know if the elevator gets used or not, or if someone has a pin to access the door or whatever. He might have like some form of device or signal that let him know something is going on. And because of that, there is likely a possibility that made a big alarm system go off in their mansion, like, oh, someone's here with a pin, and now that is why they're initiating right now, trying to come in and find, Emma and them, and also the person with the pin. That's what I'm assuming. That's what could possibly be going on here. I just wanted to point that out. Now, besides that, this chapter overall is very, very simplistic in nature. It starts off with showing Adam while, Norman is walking through the hallway. So this does confirm now and set aside suspicion that Adam is Norman. There was theories going around, even I talked about it a little bit when it first happened. Maybe it could potentially be Norman genetically modified or mutated in a way, because we really don't know much about the series when it comes to science, or if it has magic. We don't have any idea. So it potentially happening to Norman, it wasn't out of the realm of possibility. But it now is officially confirmed that Adam is not, in fact, Norman, but in fact, Adam was just someone looking through the one-way mirror. He saw the number on Norman's neck, he started repeating it, and then there you go. We don't know necessarily how he got out. That is the biggest mystery about everything. I highly doubt Norman helped him out to get out of there. It had to be a demon plotting something, or it had to be, one of the scientists that might be working for William Minerva and got him out of there. One or the other. But even then, for him to wind up in this farm, it's a lot of shady things about this. I mean, for all we know, maybe Adam is a spy too. But like I said, traitor-wise, I don't know. It just feels like that'd be too easy of a plot device. I don't know. I feel like the writer wouldn't reuse something like that after he's already used it kind of twice already. I just don't think something like that would happen. I just have more faith in the writer of The Promised Neverland. So, who knows? I also have everybody prepping and getting ready for them to finally take the fight back to the demons and hunt them down and change everybody's life for the better. And you just see a bunch of interactions where Emma, she's trying to practice her weapons and all that, trying to get better at them. She makes a bullseye. She's really good at firing. And we also have a scene where we get to see, Emma and Violet talk to Theo, which, as we know, Theo was the kid that had his two family members basically just die before him. He couldn't do anything about it. So, I mean, we just had a lot of update status set up for the upcoming chapters, and that is pretty much about it for this chapter of The Promised Neverland. It's a good chapter. It's nothing amazing, but the cliffhanger of it has a lot of hype to it because it's just like, what's going to happen next? You know, we obviously can see with this chapter, a lot of the characters just got death flagged. Like, everybody just got death flagged. And I do wonder who is going to end up surviving this because it's obvious that either Lucas or the guy with no name is going to die in this arc. One of them are definitely going to die, or maybe even both of them. But if I had to say anything, if there is one character I could believe that might make it through this arc, could probably be Violet. I definitely see Violet making through this arc. I can definitely see Theo making it through this arc. But everyone else, I think they have the potential possibility of dying, but who knows? I just wanted to point that out. So, I'm going to end this video here. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And I love you guys. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.